Hey, real quick. Do not go out tonight, okay? Stay home and be safe. And for those who are in New York, if you can leave, leave. For those who plan to go to Times Square, you need to stay home and stay safe. Just stay home and stay safe. The stuff these elite have planned are just beyond evil. With the whole thing that just happened in Tennessee, you have the mayor talking all weird and funny, saying that 2021 is going to be a great calendar change, a great changing of the calendar. What did he mean by that? Why does everybody keep talking about the great reset? Why is it that Bane and Trump are similar characters in regards to their speech? What's the meaning of Dark Knight, anyways? In the movie Bane, with Dark Knight or whatever, or Dark Knight Rises, whatever one that was, there was a missile or a nuclear reactor that Batman took in New York City, in Gotham City, and he flew it over the water. He flew it over the ocean, over the Atlantic Ocean, or that part of the Hudson River right there, if you will. He flew it over the Hudson River. And then it detonated. This was Gotham City. In the movie with Bane, he didn't want money. He didn't want riches. It was all about power and absolute power. And he blew up a baseball stadium, or a football stadium, and he blew up the Gotham City. Why is it in the stands of that movie, the entire football team is wearing yellow? They're wearing yellow, and the secondary color is gray. And when you look at the color of the year for Pantone, the colors of the year are yellow and gray. Okay. Well, what does that mean? Or what is that similar to? Well, if the uniforms are yellow and gray, and in the movie Dark Knight Rises, with Bane and Batman in them, Bane blew up a stadium and he blew up Gotham City. Basically, that's what he tried to do, right? So if their uniforms were yellow, and then Pantone just dropped the color of the year as yellow and gray, is that an insignia of something to happen? Is that an insignia for the sky to turn yellow, a bright white, and the gray is symbolic to the movie The Gray State, where the director, the producer, he was killed before he could even finish it, and it talked about martial law and vaccinations, forced vaccinations? Well, who's similar to Bane? Could it be Trump? They say that the explosion that happened in Nashville, it happened in the middle of the night where no one was in the street. at about 5:30 a.m. And then it played the record of the automated messages saying, if you're in this area, flee. You have 15 minutes to leave or whatever. All right. So if this happened there, and the mayor said that there's going to be a great changing of the calendar. John Cooper, the mayor, he said there's going to be a great changing of the calendar. And he said, quote, let's add one explosion to it. After everything has happened all this year, let's add an explosion to it. That's in the words of John Cooper, the mayor. If he said that, what is he talking about? And why on that street, in that same building, AT&T building is right there? So what they're saying, and what I've heard, is that AT&T building has Trump information. They have records of things that are important to him, supposedly. So they tell the world that it was Anthony Quinn Warner. But there's technology called artificial intelligence that can create new individuals, that has technology to create a human being that's not even born yet. They have the technology to get a picture of every single person in the world, put it in their database, and out of that database create an entire new face that is not even living or has been living. They'll create a totally different image. So how do we know that the image that they showed us of this Anthony Q. Warner is the one? If he's the real guy, like they say. Why does Anthony Quinn Warner remind us of a similar look and name of Joe Quinn, Phoenix, from Batman? So if the bomber in Nashville, which they distracted the world very good, you had Cuomo staff member hit somebody with a cinder block. Everybody got their stimulus, or half of the population of the United States probably got their stimulus last night in your bank the same day. They'll tell you they told you one day and it's in your bank the next day, but they had this whole year waiting, having you waiting. Some people didn't even get their checks. Some people who got checks and got evicted may have an issue getting their check if they didn't do direct deposit. So they have you distracted with cinder block, from someone from Cuomo staff hitting somebody with a cinder block. They have, unfortunately, sad to say, Dr. Moore, who died in the hospital. They have all the basketball games, all the videos, people still doing challenges, singing and dancing. You're still worrying about debt from Christmas. You're still probably trying to get Hoppin' Johns and wings and all this stuff to set up for a paganistic year that you don't even know. All of these distractions, and nobody is talking about the missiles or that RV that happened as the same like they did on 9/11. Nobody's talking about it. The military didn't show up. SWAT team didn't show up. Or whoever. I mean, they're just standing around. And this should be all over news. Why is it that when things like this happen, they're still playing commercials? Like, they could say, it's so many commercials right now Just imagine the Nashville explosion went off, and the news commercial is giving you a news press is giving you the news live. Today, in Nashville, Tennessee, there was an explosion from an RV that read, "When you come on down to this farm and get you some apples and pears, come on down today to Share." Share Grocery Stores is sponsored by Nashville, Tennessee. Come and get your pears and apples today. $2.99 a pound. See you soon. And did I say they're organic? See you soon down at Shares. Come on down. And back on today's news, 3 people have been, and if you come on down to Tennessee, we got this barbecue right here down here on Panapee Road. Yes, sir. Did you hear me good? Well, come on down, coleslaw and meet Pappy's. Pappy's down here on Boulevard. See you soon. And 3 people remained. I mean, they have so many commercials. They have so much technology that is interfering with the essence of life. Imagine someone in a tragic car accident, and after calling the police and 911, they're at the last of their breath, and all they want to do is say hello to their mom, say hello to their husband, say hello to their wife or their significant other, whoever it is that is important to them with their last breath. And they dial the phone, and the phone rings, and it goes to a voicemail, and they get ready to leave a voicemail, and it says, "This mailbox is full. Please select 1 for English. Please select 2." So the person is dying, dang near dying on it, like, "Oh, I can't select 1. And they got to press the number. Doot. You have pressed the wrong key. Please press 1 for English. 2. And then the automated get all mad with you. It goes up, it heightens up another. Please press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish. They start to get all flipped now. They program them to get just a touch bit flip with you. But I'm just saying the technology interferes with the essence of life. In that movie, Dark Knight Rises, at the very end, Batman took the nuclear reactor. And this nuclear reactor has the Vesica Pisces sign on it. It has Pisces. What is the Pisces sign? Type in the Pisces sign. See that it looks like 2 bows on each side with the line in the middle. And then when you look at that nuclear reactor, it has the Pisces symbol. Well, what does that mean? What are you saying, Michael? I want to understand, but I don't understand what you're saying. Well, that nuclear reactor that Batman took and threw in the Hudson River, it detonated. Why did Wendy Williams fall in that Statue of Liberty outfit? Why did they create the day after tomorrow in movies of the such where the city is completely disastrous? What does it mean? The changing of the new year has to do with the end of the age of Pisces, which is now into the age of Aquarius. So, in the movie Batman Dark Knight Rises, when Batman took that detonator and put it in the Hudson River, it was the Great Reset. Because of that nuclear reactor, it started the Great Reset. Do you understand? If you're there, you need to get out. Now, if you hear this message, like, I, I don't even know, you need to listen. You need to be safe and you need to take heed. Like, oh my goodness. Why did they tell us that the Nashville person of interest was Anthony Quinn Warner? Why does Anthony Quinn Warner look just like Joaquin Phoenix from the movie Joker? Didn't he look like just a regular guy, just a little joker that sat in the trailer with his, sat in the house with his mom? Looked like a trailer style apartment, a RV style apartment. In the movie Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, also known as Joker, didn't care about the money. He didn't care about anything. Just when you think you try to figure it out, it doesn't. Money didn't matter. He burned the money. The cities didn't matter. He just it was his stuff. His mind is psychotic. He just wants to do it because it's just his nature. Did you know that there's a 13th house to the elite in the astrological zodiac? As we know it, there's 12 signs that we know it. You have Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Scorpio and Capricorn. And then after Capricorn is supposed to start to Aquarius. And after Aquarius, Pisces. But no. Right in between somewhere, there's another star. There's another zodiac to the elite. In this legend, according to the legends, the zodiac, this 13th zodiac is called Ophiuchus. Or it's called Ophiuchus, rather. Okay, something along that. Ophiuchus is the zodiac sign. And I want you to let me see. I want you to see let me see. So their zodiac sign has to do with a man's hand clasping a snake. It's called the oh my goodness. Where was that? Anyways, I'm just paraphrasing. I just found out about this. There's a zodiac sign that they call Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus has to do with the snake. Their planet is two planets in one. One planet is a lava, molten, fiery planet. It's a huge planet, just lava and molten. The other planet is a swamp. But they say that these snakes that they adopt, if you will, says that these snakes that they adopt, they don't necessarily tell us where the snakes come from, but they have two planets that are connected to one another. Not just two planets like in their solar system. No, they are two planets connected to one another. One planet is a lava molten planet. The other one is a swamp, which they also considers the swamp is where people can live. So they adopt these snakes called Zawilders. And these, pardon me, these Zawilder snakes are then gifted to go and give a message to the people that are in the swamp world. And their style of character has to do with jealousy. They're very jealous. They seek power. pardon me, they seek power. They're very jealous. They're very what's the word? What can I say? They're very magnetic. They have a very magnetic personality. They're impulsive. They're clever. They're very flamboyant, like Trump. Trump is very flamboyant. Trump is impulsive. Trump is magnetic. Trump is spirited, and at times jealous. They're power hungry. They're temperamental. And in their hearts, it says they were. It didn't say that they are. It says in their hearts that they were healers who hope to one day rid the zodiac of every ill, disease, violence, and bring everyone closer together. Well, it's the complete opposite. They want to bring every ill, hence the COVID-19. Got us in the house a whole year. Got us wearing a mask dang near from March to March. A whole year wearing a mask. It says it says that in their hearts, they were healers. So that means that they're not healers anymore. And instead of hoping to rid the world of illness and sickness and disease, they're bringing illness and disease. So much so that it was COVID-19 one year, now it's the second mutation. Somebody in Colorado right now, CO right now, got it. Matter of fact, there's so many other people right now who got it. It hasn't even kicked in yet. It ain't even started the engine. It's just sitting in the gas tank. All you got to do is it's just that spark to the ignition when you turn it. It's just waiting to be put to use. So whenever they crank something up with this 5G, with this whole great reset because of a power outage, there's a winter storm in the Northeast. There's a winter storm, forming here. A winter storm forming there. There's 1 foot of snow over here. It's up to 3 feet of snow over here and then some. If you add on the snow, if you add on the cybersecurity attack that happened on the United States Treasury, listen to me. A cyber attack 2 weeks ago, as of first week of December, was on the United States of America Department of Treasury. I don't know if you could comprehend that. It has to do with money. Now, if they hacked into the money, into the accounts and numbers and dates, what other accounts did they get into? How detrimental more is the threat? Are they just waiting to shut everything down? Because the new wars of this era, of the age of Aquarius, has to do with air. Whereas the years before, we were on like earth signs for the ages, and it had to do a lot with the land. This is going to be like diseases going into the air. Second wave of second strain mutated disease. Now they're saying it's also a third one. Did I not tell y'all that about the Lassa virus, that people are going to be bleeding from the eyes, bleeding from their private parts, and that this is the year of the rat? I don't know if y'all looking on social media right now, and there's like a little prank of a man that's dressed as a rat in New York, hopping around the subways, walking on the street like he's a rat. But it's just a man with a tire-sized rat mask and a tail and gloves, and he got on a jumpsuit, and he's crawling around and hopping around like he's a rat. Do you know what that symbolizes? Everybody think it's funny. It looks hilarious. You want to send it. You want to tag. They're invoking what's to come. When they shut this down, and they will, they're just not doing it as a whole. They're doing it just like they did spring 2020. City by jurisdiction to state to state. They shut it all down at once. Everybody would trip. Because America wants to get back to work. America wants curbside service. America wants to to flatten the curve. We're talking about a game that they like to play. They literally go to lodges and walk on a chessboard as if they're playing a game. Because symbolically, this all is a game. They're the orders of chaos. Problem, reaction, solution. The Great Reset has not even started yet. They said it's going to be a great changing of the calendars. What does that mean exactly? Why does AT&T have a commercial says wait and see when that RV van hit the street? That RV van could have parked right there in front of AT&T. But they did it when nobody was around. They did it a few blocks up, just so AT&T could see it. Why is it that in 1974 they built the strongest, the most well-protected AT&T nuclear house? They call it the AT&T Long Lines building in NYC. Has no windows, has no doors. No one knows what goes inside of it. So they say, quote unquote, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks did a Twitter post and said in regards to the Long Line buildings, I wonder what they do down. You know what they do down there, you pedophile. Got an infatuation with gloves that rape women, that steal little children, and y'all take them to y'all little dungeons and rape them and clone them and drink their blood. Tom Hanks, Epstein, Podestas. They told you all about it in Eyes Wide Shut. Under the Rainbow. They try to give you the signs. Wherever the wherever the rainbow follows. What does this Great Reset mean? Do you think they're playing? You think they're going to go back to cash? You honestly think that for the next 100 years, or let's just say for the next 1,000 years, if this global world was to exist, do you honestly think cash will remain? You see over 300 different banks that are affiliated and businesses that are affiliated with ARP Ripple. You literally think that the government just sent an automatic direct deposit to your account and you just got it like that. Who do you think did that? Who do you think? What do you think? Why do you think XRP is being sued right now? XRP Ripple, you know why they're being sued? You know who SEC is? SEC? That stands for the United States Department of Treasury. Let's look it up. Let me see. SEC sues Ripple. It's the Securities and Exchange Commission. We're talking about a department under the United States of Treasury. I wonder what the settlement was. I wonder what they're talking about at the table. Hey, first what we're going to do, we want you to send out America their stimulus bill. In fact, the digital dollar bill that we arranged back in 2020, we want to be partners with you because we're business partners with Exim. So we have the Exim bill with the American exports. We're going to cut off ports from China because we have Exim. And you're going to help us distribute the money through our Exim. And you're going to help start us as the foundation of the Great Reset. So when this nuclear event takes place, or when this event takes place, this blast that everybody's going to want to scream for, they're going to be happy to see it. They're going to be happy to see the ball drop. All these years, this is what you all been standing there for. Don't you? Aren't you glad to see us? Hey, ever since you were a little child, you've been watching the ball drop. And your mom watched it, and your dad watched. And now you watch. Don't you want to see me? Count down with me. We're going to drop it. In fact, we're going to give you a sign every single year of what's to come. And you fools, you sheep are so dumb, you just won't listen to the messenger. You just won't find the message. But guess what? We put the message right in front of you the whole time. So now you can't say we never told you. This is how they laugh at us. This is how they feel when they know they got you by the grasp of your entire being because you don't believe in the Lord. You won't live for the Lord. You're so saturated with the world, and every time somebody tries to give you a message, you ignore it, you downplay it, you think it's out there, you think it's too far. You think they're loony, you think they're wearing a tin head hat. I don't even know where to start. It's just so much. I mean, we could take it back. I know we're talking about Batman, but we could even take it back to, I don't even know the name of it. Batman they had a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think his name was Dr. Freeze. Okay, that's what it. Okay, so Batman and Robin. We could take it to 97. They got a movie called Batman and Robin. If you were to watch that movie, you'll notice that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a symbolic representation of Trump. Just like Joker in the movie Dark Knight is a symbolic reference of Trump, or a symbolic representation of the Antichrist, whoever they're going to be. If Trump is the last president, then he will definitely fill these shoes. If Biff from Back to the Future symbolizes Trump, then he'll definitely fit these shoes. They say that this Orpheus person has like a psychic-like power, and we're going to get back to Batman in a minute. But this Orpheus, 13th zodiac sign, they're going to bring evil and disease and violence. Has not riots been going on this whole time? Have not they been killing black people over and over and over again? They created their own, like just when you thought it couldn't get no worse. They changed the names of the week. They changed the names of the black people. They take their culture. They name it the Great White Shark. They name it, goddamn white out, black male. You know, white out, black male. You know, you can fix it with the whites, but if you call it blackmail, that's bad. So white is good. We'll cover it up. We'll help you cover it up. But we'll blackmail you niggers in a heartbeat. Anyways, my bad on that. Listen, these people, they're full of rage. They're full of rage. They have their government, they believe in tribes and bartering with one another. They got it set up right now with a cryptocurrency world. You'll be able to barter. That's a new thing coming soon with the cryptocurrency. Let's say you wanted a painting, but let's say you didn't want to buy the painting, so you lease it like you're going to Rooms to Go. And you lease the painting online, so you get the painting in your possession. And let's just say you want to lease it for the existence of your home. I don't know, you got an apartment, you're going to lease it. I don't know, you're going to buy it for you're going to lease it for 5 years. And right now it's a really nice painting. You love it, so you'll buy it for 5 G's. Instead of you'll lease it for 5 G's instead of paying for 25 grand for it. So you're like, okay, I'll lease it for 5 grand and I'll have it for 5 years. I'm not just going to buy it. But let's just say with this barter system, when the owner gets it back, not only will they make 5 grand, but they'll go up a notch to whatever interest they want to put on it. So let's just say they get it back and you'll have to owe them 6 grand or you'll owe them 5,500 or whatever. But they got this set up already with the barter economy. Let alone if this great reset takes place like it will and like it is, and this job gets shut down for months. Trucks not coming in, food not coming in. You didn't prepare, and all you have is what you have. You would trade some meat for some gallons of water. You'll trade some MREs for a pistol if you didn't have one and you had a family, and the lights were out, and you knew your window was broken and nobody was able to come and fix it. So you got a bag up So you traded your neighbor. It was like, listen, these, I give you these 7 boxes of MREs right here, because you had like 30. You say, I'll give you 7 right now for that pistol and 2 clips. Because you just got a newborn, somebody broke your window, or your window is broken from the nuclear blast. Maybe your children can't see because they looked out the window. Maybe that's where the blood is going to come from the eyes. But this is the great reset that we're talking about. Why is it that Anthony Quinn's name, why is his name similar to Joe Quinn Joker? Why is, if his name is Anthony Quinn Warner, and if the middle name Quinn is similar to Joe Quinn that played Joker, okay, and if you got Warner Brothers create the Batman movies? They're talking about Batman, they're talking about Trump, like they're trying to tell you Quinn Warner, Joe Quinn Warner, like, what happens when you type it in the Gematrix? You should look. You'll be appalled. But we could go back to Dr. Freeze in Batman. Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like the way he talks to the black girl, Vivica Fox in that movie, like in a sexual kind of like, I don't want to be by you type of way, and she's all dolled up. Isn't that how Trump has Diamond and Silk? Oh, Joe, better know that Trump is the man. 2 snaps, snap. Go look at that movie, or go look at. You can type in however you do it. When you see the interaction between Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dr. Freeze, and Batman, how he kind of doesn't like her but like her. It's the same way Trump treat the NPR news reporter every time. Excuse me? I can't hear you. Cutting her off or whatever. The same way he said that he was going to make the city freeze. Why they keep telling you it's going to be a dark winter? Wouldn't that relate to Dark Knight, Batman, in some way? To Dark Knight Rises? It sounds weird, don't it? But they put everything in a movie. Hell hath no fury like a director scorned in the movie industry is what they like to quote. Because these directors will put all the truth in movies, but then flip the character to mean like 4 different characters for 2 different types of tribes, 2 different people. You'll watch The Mandalorian and you think you're watching The Mandalorian about someone who is godlike, who can't be killed and will never take off their crown. And then when you examine The Mandalorian, you understand that they're talking both about black people and their noblism and their spirituality, how you can't even take, this is a part of us. We'll never take that crown off. It's not necessarily a helmet like Mandalorian, but on the same time, Mandalorian represents the alien race, the demonic people. Like they leave and come to the ship, he's carrying Yogi, and y'all looking at Yogi getting emotionally attached because the thing is tiny, the code is oversized, but they're using human baby voices that are known to captivate the human eardrum. They know that sound of a baby's cry, the baby's squeal, the baby, all that they know that is like dear to us. You're like, oh, you can't help but to say, oh, you accidentally say, oh, looking at the demonic creature. They said that Satan, was he not like the best of the best in heaven? That Lucifer, he knew he was of great beauty, all this and that. And if he was a giant and then lost his way, you wouldn't think that he'll become the lowest of low and look like a baby? How old is Yodi anyway, or Yoda, whatever his name is, that thing, the entity that they try to make look so innocent and wise? They had to think of that somewhere. Why is it similar to Gremlins and Furby? What are they trying to tell us? Like, they also say this Orpheus. It says that when I was looking into it, they found out in they teenage years that they are snakes. It says when they enter their teen years, they develop scaly skin. They have scales. There's stories of women and guys on Reddit and other places like Twitch and the Clubhouse, I'm sure, that have anonymously given their real testimonies about how they have turned into a snake when they were teenagers. Or they were having sex with their wife, and then in the middle of the sex, their wife turned into they saw a tail. They felt a tail or something. And then the wife ran out the house, and they never seen her again. She just packed her bags and left. Never seen her again. Weird stuff. It makes you wonder why biracial people sometimes have a depression issue. And why certain races don't want to get with other races, even though, like, we know why we shouldn't. But, like, just imagine a scenario of two blonde-haired girls with blue eyes. And there's a black guy that want to talk to one, right? So the blonde girl is attracted to the guy and doesn't want to talk to the guy because she's a snake and she know that her dad doesn't want her dating outside of her snake race. So she tells her blonde girlfriend, she's like, well, I like him. He looks cute. And then her girl asks him to say something like, does he know? Do you think that, has he seen you for who you are? Do you think he knows? And she's like, no, not this one, because he's wrapped up with the Lil Wayne, and and he likes to drink and stuff. He's still confused, so he still doesn't know who I am yet. But he's so cute. Oh my gosh, I just have to. I'm gonna give him my number, and we're just gonna hang out. And okay, I'll be right back. And then like she go and just make up her mind. She know her dad is like hardcore. I don't want no black guys in my house. I don't want her because they don't want to be found out. It's not so much that it's a race. It has to do with the skin thing because, you know, their race, like, I mean, Caucasians that I've known and that you see around the world and other races, they like to get tans. They like to go in a solar bed. Or whether they use a spray or whether they use a cream for the beach or, you know, just a little darker tone. It makes them feel great. It makes them feel good. It makes them look good. They like to get fillers. And by the way, for those who have fillers, they said that the Pfizer vaccine causes next level stages of pain for those who have fillers and all this other stuff. I don't know if you all knew about that. But what we're saying is that this 13th house, this zodiac house, they find out that they're snakes. They found out their scaly skin in their teenage years, and it makes you wonder why people act the way they act. They look in you and they see that light that they used to have, but they know that there's some type of darkness and decay or some type of immortality that it's just, I don't know what they have. They're like giants in a human body. They're just literally fallen angel bloodline in a human size, pint-sized body. It's just a different container for them to exist in this world and enjoy the fruit and the food and to have us work for them to create the system, and we become their slaves. We can go to, Dark Knight, Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger didn't care about the money. Joker didn't care about the money. And neither did Bane. They keep talking about the Great Reset. The dollar will be no more. I can guarantee you that XRP made a deal to get this money to your account. It's the fastest cryptocurrency in the world. And they're being sued by SEC. Why don't they just say the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States Treasury Department? Why don't they just say that? They just call it SEC because it sounds like another company. It sounds like another 500 company for those who don't know. They'd be like SEC sues Ripple or SEC sues XRP. XRP getting sued by SEC. Why don't they just say the Securities and Exchange Commission under the United States Treasury? Treasury just got hacked, quote unquote. So what I'm saying is this. Why did the RV stand on the street blocks away in front of the AT&T building when they could have rolled up right there and had power out for the whole entire middle or mid-east of the United States? Because I'm sure that their network would span from probably Tennessee, a little bit of Kentucky, maybe parts of West Virginia or something. So if they did it there, and then Wendy Williams falling down in a Statue of Liberty uniform, okay, and they're saying that on New Year's Eve it's going to be a blast, and when it's a blast, people are going to smile and they're going to enjoy it. That's all they tell. It's so evil. Like, it's more than the ball drop. For one, it's not the New Year. Do not celebrate it as the New Year. Stop. Don't go to church either. And celebrate at a 501c3 where they're celebrating a New Year. Don't do it. Stay your behind home. Because it's not the New Year and it's not safe to be out. The scripture says, go in thy chambers, shut the door behind thee just for a little while. Hide thyself just for a little moment until the indignation pass. That means you stay your behind in the house, you get what you need, and you stay home. And you shut that door. And you do not go out to go and celebrate a paganistic year that is not even a new year. It is pagan. They have us watching a ball drop every year. Don't you know that these missiles look just like that ball? And when they drop, it's so slow. Like when you see a meteorite coming down, not a comet, because the comets are like really fast. The ones that we've seen, like the shooting stars or what have you, that come from the firmament, from the chambers of heaven, not space, but that are encaved in those treasures in heaven. When the Lord opened those gates, or when they try to put something up there to fall. Have you ever seen like a one of those meteorites come down really slow? That's just how the ball drop, doesn't it? The ball take forever to drop. And then people count it down. It's like the countdown is, as soon as it gets to that one part that it touches, it's done. And as soon as people are singing and happy, why is it that they got a music video about Pompeii right now? Babe, what's the name of the group? Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd just came out with a video, a new video now, called Pompeii. Just in the nick of time, after everything that happened on this year, y'all got the nerve to play a song called Pompeii just because y'all recorded it back in an area like that looked like, how did it go? They went back? Okay, they went back to Pompeii. They was in the city Pompeii recording for real? Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all know that. Pink Floyd made a song called Pompeii. The song is called Pompeii?
A live concert.
Is it called Pompeii? Oh no, okay. All right, so Pink Floyd did a live concert in Pompeii. I don't know if you know what Pompeii is. Pompeii is a city that had a nuclear blast It had a, it had a, it had a, it had a what? It had a volcano. It was like a volcano is typically a nuclear blast that comes from the earth. It was a blast that was so strong, so powerful that they froze and right they're still there to this day. The bodies are still there like pillars of salt from Sodom and Gomorrah to this day. And I was always confused when I looked at the bodies. I was like, man, it's sad, it's terrible to see those bodies in fetal positions or just frozen like that all over the place. I was like, I cannot believe this. I didn't understand why the bodies look so disfigured. They're so thick. And what I found out was that when that volcano eruption happened, the layers of ash that fell on their skin preserved them to be rocks that we see today. And they got the nerve. Kiss. Is that the name of the group? Oh, sorry, Pink Floyd. But even Kiss, I think Kiss had something not too long ago, and their band is called Knights in Satan's Service. Knights in Satan's Service. Kiss, the rock band. Let me see. I think they had something not too recently. Trying to look for it. Oh, go figure. Kiss had a concert last year, January 1st. Knights in Satan's Service. And then this year you got Pink Floyd, who actually stole the name from Floyd Pink and Floyd Council, Pink Anderson and Floyd Council. Or one of the, it's either Floyd Council and something. But they stole it from two black men that played the guitar, played the banjo. They were really good at the instruments. Took their music, took their name, and then they're singing the song. Man, it's just crazy, man. Not only to add, but there's a couple at my job. There's a girl, she's married to a woman, her wife, and them, they have a tree that they took a picture in front of, and there's a Christmas tree in the background, and it has, Roy G. Biv on the tree in color. They have red ornaments at the top, orange second, and then yellow, and then blue, and then the color so forth, all the way down to the bottom, with other items on the tree. At the very top of the tree, they have two rainbow flags, and in the background, they have a larger-than-life poster. This poster is probably about the size of 2 king-size bed pillows put together. And it's a poster in a frame with the gloss finish, and it has Pompeii on the top of the poster, and then it has the people that are frozen in this place in ash, like I just said. And they got this picture in the background. Now, I ain't judging them for who they are. That's up to the Lord. We all got to live for the Lord and do right. That's between them and the Lord. That's all I'm going to say on that. But anyways, what's up with that? I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just showing up on my feed. But as of late, I've been seeing some people post some weird stuff. The video that I did about the cartoon, I was inspired by a guy named Jason Redwine. And he posted some stuff. And then there's trailers of 2020. And then people are posting pictures of mushroom clouds. People are posting pictures of nuclear blast and alien invasion. Which card are they going to pull? Are they going to try something to make this 1974 AT&T Long Lines building look invincible? Or are they going to have it look like in New York City The way you fold your $100 bill and it looks like a flood is on the blue band, and the bell is ringing. Are they going to implement the 5G that they placed in schools and street stop signs and stop lights, street lights, billboard signs that we think of billboard signs, and wherever else they put this 5G equipment? Are they going to turn it on and cause a grand reset, a great reset? Are all the buildings going to shut down? And because shipments and food has stopped coming in, and with it being winter and rats breed in the winter, and we're in the year of the rat, and if there's no food coming in because the cities are dark, and trucks and food and ships stop shipping goods, and we stop trading with China, and there's no food, and if the rats in the winter need food for their babies, and they need to eat what they can eat, and the trash hasn't been picked up in New York City for weeks, and in LA and wherever else it is, they're just going to breed, and they're going to look for food, and they're going to leave droppings, and then with the droppings, the dogs and stuff, the cat is going to chase it. They're gonna. I mean, what are they causing? Is the Lassa virus going to take place? Is the hantavirus going to take place? Is Ebola going to take place? Whichever one it is, something is taking place. They're going to cause this great reset. They'll break off Cali. They'll go to World War III. They'll cut off trades with this Exim plan. Come January 1st, a lot of things are going to change. And they already wrote the laws. They planned this a long time ago. It's crazy. It's crazy. If something happens to that city, or if something happens to Tennessee, this world is going to war. And they're going to blame it on somebody. Trump is Islam, man. He is Islamic. You might as well call him Muhammad Trump. Might as well. They believe in anything and everything they want to believe in. They do whatever they want to do. It's all a game. They'll be Jewish one day and have on a yarmulke and go kiss the wall, put a note in there. They'll go to the Pope one day to pretend to be Catholic, which the Catholic is Jewish also. He wears a little yarmulke. And then he wears the Dagon hat. And the word Dagon itself is in the Bible. It tells you that they worship a god called Dagon. And he wears a fish-like hat. Dagon is a half man, half fish. And the Pope is wearing that. And then another day, they're Christian because he got a Christian pastor who's calling African gods, quote unquote, to come in to the U.S. to help. Y'all know who y'all calling on? I'm sure there's false gods out there. But after everything y'all done did to these people, y'all better be calling for something. Is he making reparations with Ice Cube? They're going to shake hands. These people are going to reveal themselves. I did a painting years ago. And I put it on For Your Eyes Only. I'm not sure which show. But it's a painting of New York. And the Lord has gifted me and my wife both, because she did an illustration of this Chinese emperor before the coronavirus came out. Amazing painting or illustration. Amazing illustration. Took about 3 months to make. Just phenomenal. And lo and behold, this whole Wuhan thing, it was like she made it right when she finished it. This whole Wuhan thing came out. I did this New York painting. Didn't even really know why I wanted to do it, but I just did it to make like a part 2 series. And in this painting, the background is completely black, as if New York is going to lose its power. The Statue of Liberty is crying. The Jetsons are in the painting. Isn't this the age of Aquarius that has to do with the air sign? It's going to be, what if the angel, are they going to pull the fallen angels, demon, alien cards, and they're going to hover in the sky and finally admit who they are? All these fireballs people have been seeing, buildings shaking for no reason. Sonic booms out of nowhere. People in New York, people all over are seeing UFOs. They're saying now to the forefront that Trump knows about UFOs, that they already knew about this years ago. Of course y'all did. Y'all are the UFOs. And there is no space. It's the firmament. That's exactly why NASA added a snorkeling device to their uniform. Look it up. Because the firmament has to do with water. In this painting, Bart Simpson is surfing out of New York. New York Statue of Liberty is crying. The supreme power is crying. Charlie Brown is pouring gasoline over the city. I mean, this is something that I painted and I didn't know what I was doing. Listen, the Great Reset is going to happen. I hear plane-like structure right now in the sky. For the past few days, around 6 a.m., I've been here. I don't even know if you can hear it. It sounds like a plane cutting through the air. And it's still dark, like in the a.m. It's 6:12 a.m. right now. And it sounds like a jet is just cutting through the air. And the closer it gets, it feels like the building is shaking. Like it's happening right now. The building not shaking, but I hear like this jet just like right now. They have been planning this for years. They even have something called the Doomsday Clock. They have something called the Doomsday Clock. And they said that it's seconds away from midnight. What happens seconds away from midnight? Seconds away from midnight. If it's 11:58 today, December 31st, 2020, in the paganistic world, which they celebrate New Year's Eve, then that's a few seconds before the New Year, the Great Reset, right? If you will. If it's 11:58 or if it's 11:59 p.m. and if it's New Year's Eve and just a few seconds before, what do they mean by Doomsday Clock? Why are they playing like that? Why did they create it? Because it's a game. Why did that CEO die who was a neurologist and she went to a seminar and she called her family, she called her mother, her dad, her brother, and she told them that we're living in the Matrix, it's all a game, and that and she's dead? Why is that? There's some weird stuff going on, y'all. In Batman Returns 92 with Christopher Walken, his character, Max Schreck, is a representation of a Trump-like character. You can even see it in the hair. Like, they've been telling us this for years, that this is the last president. But people really think Kamala getting the shot should inspire them to get a vaccine. They really saying to themselves that Biden is going to be president, and then Biden is going to die of old age, and then Kamala is going to become president. She's going to be the first black female. They were literally thinking that. Y'all think that Kamala has that? Oh, come on. Trump is not leaving office. And the next one is in office is either going to be a mixture of the two or the few. And that's Ivanka, his daughter, Barron Trump, his son, the one we never hear about, the innocent one. He just seems so innocent. We ain't even hear him speak. Just got a comb over and a nice suit. Seems like what's the word? A well-raised young man, right? Or Kanye West. It's one of them. It has to be. Because I could picture Kanye West wanting to go back over to Africa, wanting to go to Jerusalem. Especially, I mean, come on, he has He tried to buy the rights to Sunday service. He has the choir and stuff now. You don't think Kanye wouldn't want to go to Jerusalem and set it up if he's president? You don't think he wouldn't get endorsed by Trump? Trump becomes a dictator until 2024 or whatever. And then he invites Kanye and promotes him. Kanye's a billionaire now. You don't think he got money to put up now to be a president? You don't think there's a reason why his wife is trying to be a lawyer? And they're trying to get their presence in the White House and all this stuff? It's weird that the representations of this whole 21 or 2021 agenda has to do a lot with these movies. That's because they put the truth in all these commercials and stuff. Why is LeBron James singing the AT&T commercial, "Just wait and see"? Just wait and see what, LeBron? AT&T, what are y'all talking about? Just wait and see. And then he's trying to get the high note. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, what's up? Just wait and see what? What are they talking about? What are they talking about? If there's a cybersecurity threat, or if this quote-unquote great conjunction causes an electrical reset, because they still feuding like that. They're still like that. They're just not in our present. Like how we saw it on December 21st, they look just like that still for the next 2 years. So there's going to be a lot of violence, a lot of bloodshed, new viruses, new vaccines. They're going to accidentally create the cure to something miraculously by quote-unquote a vaccine. They're going to give everybody a vaccine and then get rid of the common cold or something. Or there'll be no more cancer or something. They're going to magically or accidentally or by the innovation of technology advancement, they're going to create new vaccines that are better. If these aliens reveal themselves, these demons, these snakes reveal themselves, which they're only pretending, it's just so weird. But anyways, if they reveal themselves, maybe this scenario may happen. And this is just an example of a scenario of fallen angels was to come. They're going to act like they're here to destroy the world. And just like how they're standing still in the air, whatever, the United States, United Nations, all the countries are not going to know what to do. Everybody been quote unquote trying to get signals from them. And then now that they finally got in contact, they're here. Well, that's the movie version. That's the version they're giving to the world. The fact is that they've been here the whole time. They just got a little bit of their people going to pretend to dress like these aliens, or they may really reveal themselves, and then they're going to be the same people who try to fight themselves, their own culture. It's Satan minions. That's all it is. And they're going to probably try to enslave humanity or something like that. They were like, we saw your videos that you sent in space, and we saw that show Friends and that show Steinfeld, and we saw the characters of all your movies and how they are. They're very funny, but we saw sadness in your world that you all enslaved these blacks, and then you all called them African Americans, and then you all had a color system. It was a color water fountain and then a no color, whatever. And that there's segregation and non-segregation, whatever. They see the wars and everything. They send them a timeline of the good and bad from the world, along with music, movie, food, shows. And they say because of that, they're going to enslave humanity. Because y'all don't know, the humanity don't know what they're doing. And their technology is only 50 years ahead of ours. So they got us hostage. They're going to enslave probably, let's just say, United States. But they're going to deport the black people out of here because they're going to feel in their hearts that the black people didn't do anything, so they need to go to Jerusalem. Or they need to go to their real land because they know who we really are. They're smart. And then they're going to say that the people who enslaved us got to stay here. And then there's going to be a big fight or something. And then China and U.S. are not going to go in no slavery. What the aliens don't know is that they got all this technology, but they don't know that the U.S. and China have nuclear devices and stuff. So the aliens would be like, hold up now. They have all this. What are these? Hey, these guys can destroy the world. We don't want them to destroy the world because there's resources here. So the aliens would be like, China and U.S. come to agreement. They'd be like, listen, we'll unload every missile we got. If y'all aliens think again, you're gonna enslave the world. So the aliens find out that because they have all the technology, but they never heard of like nuclear machines and stuff, right? Or something, or nuclear detonators or whatever it is. So they come up with a peace treaty. And then they start I don't know, it's gonna be something crazy. If or when they ever reveal themselves. But this is the Great Reset 2021. The truth you need to know. Don't go out and spend time for New Year's Eve. You need to stay in your chamber. Stay. Please. Do not go out. If you have to work, I understand. Maybe you could call out sick if you got sick time. You just need to be safe and you need to be with your family. Because when these people are talking about the Great Reset, you can know that they're up to something. And by the way, for those that are in Georgia, come New Year's 1st, in this paganistic world, come January 1st, come New Year's Day, they have a law called the Police Hate Crime Law. And in this law, you cannot terrorize, you cannot stereotype or you cannot speak bad of any policeman, or they're going to consider it a hate crime. And if you do, they're tagging on a year in prison and up to $5,000 to pay. So they got this law in place because this race war is going to come up. Something is going to come up. And they also changed the name from public safety officer to public safety support. So they're not, police officers are no longer called safety officers. They're called safety support. So whatever this means, whatever that means, but that's a very broad word to use. So just be careful what you're saying. And if you notice the video that I did, Body Language Part 8, you'll see why I talk the way I talk. We shouldn't always have to explain what we mean. With us being so close by now, for those who've been watching real TV for a while, y'all should know how to read between the lines. And you should know how to ask the Lord for faith and understanding and wisdom. And it'll be easy to see. Something is going to happen. I don't know what it is. But they said that New Year's Eve is going to be a blast. And that people are going to smile and they're going to enjoy it. If I could piece together a video for you, I'll try. I don't know if I could do it before everything pop off. Because you know they like to do fireworks and then some. If you need a reminder that Trump is symbolic to Bane and all Bane wanted to do was blow up the city, there's a reason why Trump wanted to be inaugurated like Kim Jong-un with missiles and tanks and stuff. There's a reason why people keep saying he's going to be the last president. Trump is similar to Bane. And you need to stay in your chamber, because the second wave consists of 2 and 3 different strains. I don't know if it's going to turn people into zombies as well as making them bleed, but it's not good. Be reminded that this job is about to jump off. And the new year is not January 1st. It's in March. No matter what, just confess with your mouth that the Lord is your Savior, that Christ died for your sins, that He was hung on a tree. Ask Him to give you the Holy Ghost and guidance. Ask Him to fill you with His Holy Spirit and live for Him. And know that He is your Creator. And I want to speak on this. If I ever have time, I'll try to make this. But there's a guy named G-Dash. I used to listen to him back in the day, before whatever happened to him. He had a court case and he never was the same again. I don't even know if that's the real G-Dash. But the stuff that he's saying is so otherworldly that I really think he's cloned and gone. Just like they did others, like Mary 40 and Black Child, to name a few. I don't know if that's the real him. But if it is the real him, I really don't know, honestly. But he says some things. For those of y'all who watch him, for those of y'all who is into this shows, y'all need to stop. The Lord is telling you right now to stop. Because there's one sin that you cannot be forgiven of. And that is blasphemousness of the Holy Ghost. And that guy blasphemed the Holy Ghost. I'm not going to tell you what he said. But just know that there's one sin that you can't be forgiven of. And that's being blasphemies. That's putting blasphemies against the Holy Ghost. You won't be forgiven for it in this generation or the next. Because the Holy Ghost is the Lord's Spirit. It is His essence. It is all good in the entire world. When you smile, when you laugh, when you eat good food, when you just get a check. When you see a baby smiling, you smile. When you pet a puppy, or when you get a puppy as a gift. It's all good things. It's the taste of food. When you get that first sip on a summer day and you're like, man, this is good. It's like that climax during sex. It's good food. It's all of these things. And to blaspheme against that is saying that you want no partnership with good. That's why I say I don't even know if that's the real him. But just know that regardless of what happens, it's like they say there's 2 Trumps. One with the blue tie, one with the red tie. Whether one is him or not, what they showed us in Snoop Dogg video, Lavender. When Snoop pulled out that gun and fired it towards Ronald Clump, and it said bang. If something like that was to happen, there's going to be a great reset. Something was to happen with any other city, any natural disaster, any major thing can happen tonight. And if and when it does, in our lifetime, this great reset will take place. It's so weird that George Bush Sr. or is either George Bush Sr. or Prince Charles, one of the two. Like I'm talking about Elizabeth's husband, Prince Charles. One of the two, either him or the other guy, was like, when they die, they want to come back as a virus to help depopulate humanity. They had an interview or something. They were asking them which animal would they be, or if they could be anything, what would they be and why? And they were like, when I die, I'd rather come back and be a virus to help kill humanity, to help depopulate humanity, or to help something along the lines of that. But anyway, here's Trump. Here's your reminder.
We are not merely transferring power from one administration to another or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
And we give it back to you, the people.
For too long, a small group in our nation's capital
Are corrupt.
has reaped the rewards of government,
The rich.
while the people have borne the cost.
The oppressors of generations who have kept you down with myths of opportunity.
The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country.
And do you accept the resignation of all of these liars? Of all the corrupt?
That all changes starting right here and right now, because this moment is your moment. It belongs to you.
None shall interfere. Do as you please.
January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. The United States of America.
It will endure.